my son, and we got acquaintances, myself and Zoran, who knew each other, and I got invited to the game against Red Bull and really enjoyed the game. Charlotte were winners on the day 2-0, and it was a great atmosphere. You know, you could tell it was a community-driven club, you know, with the supporters, and I think that warmth and that feel never left me. So to answer your question, when the role came up, I was approached to see if I would be interested in the role, and I then done my due diligence and just spoke to my family, as I always do, and we felt that this could be a really good opportunity.
Who's a badass? She's a badass. Who's a badass? She's a badass.
Hey Dino, what's up, man? Welcome to Charlotte, dude. Man, we love you. Can't wait to see what you do on the pitch. Hopefully it won't be what Villa did to my Spurs, but you know, that's a whole nother story. But welcome to Charlotte. Man, we get some tea, maybe some crumpets, man. Do an old English breakfast or something, man. Just hit us up. Love an interview.
Blood sausage.
Charlotte FC 3, Toronto FC 2. For the fans, by the fans, damn it! Vamos!
Everything's okay with that. Everything's gonna be so great. So, Charlotte FC, let's go. 3 points. Philadelphia, we're coming to you.
Big Apple was a golden delicious, baby. Let's go!
Atlanta, we go over there. We killing you.
Second game. We love Charlotte FC.
Go Charlotte, baby.
And if anyone on the team wants to marry me, you can.
Hey, big dubs, big dubs. Hey,
What'd you think of the game?
what did I think of the game?
Yeah, talk
I
to
thought
me.
you were amazing. Hey, he doesn't get enough credit.
I do not get enough
He's
credit.
fucking amazing.
I am
on
amazing.
TV.
Yeah.
TJ, I'm gonna have to hire you for photography. And ain't no TJ, it's JT.
You changed the name, man.
It's fine. It's boot room, aka where all the cleats are. You smell the airflow in here is really good. It smells really good. If they want to stretch their stuff out, get their workout on, bam.
We love Christian, Selena.
I don't know. What can March do better?
Selena is absolutely top notch. We're
Top
so
notch.
proud of him. We love him in Charlotte. Yeah, he did a great job.
Like when you go on Kalina's website, you give them like a 5-star Yelp review.
Absolutely, 100% every time.
Damn, I ain't got no interview or nothing. Anyway, over here at Queen City.
CLTFC fans, by the fans, damn it.
Hey, George. I got it. Is it CLTFC Fan TV for the fans, by the fans?
Damn it.
Yo, what is up? Look, I am here by myself. JT is going to be late. Caleb's supposed to be logging on right now. He's got some shit going on with his computer. Man, I'm the only one that comes prepared for this stuff. I promise you guys. So I don't know. we should start chatting about some stuff. I'm Lee with CLTFC Fan TV. Appreciate y'all tuning in. So what do we want to talk about? Want to talk about the game? Gonna need you guys to post some stuff in the comments, all three of y'all. So if you would, let's get into it, right? So a 2-0 loss by Charlotte FC, man. Boy, did we look slow that first half. That first half was very, very bad in my opinion. We almost wish we had lost, and we could have played one of the Columbus teams, man. They look like they're struggling. I believe Red Bulls just beat Columbus 1-0. So, 1-0. Terrible. 2-0 Charlotte, though. We lost. So, back good at the bank Friday. I believe the kickoff is at, 7:30? So, I believe everybody's going to either be at McNinch or I guess the Courtyard Hooligan area. That's probably where we're going to be hanging out since it's close to where we park. And obviously we're working on. Can't get down there right away. But yeah, I don't know. 2-0. The whole team looked off, in my opinion, except for Kalina. Pat had some good stuff, I thought, when he came on. The second half. I don't know. Is it me or I'm just not like impressed with Dream. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Ever since he come along, I felt, the team's been off a little bit, but we did get on that roll there towards the end. But he looked like he was struggling yesterday. That first goal was terrible. The second one was even worse, in my opinion. I feel like Malanda sort of just stopped the play, right? He didn't play the whistle. He just kind of stopped. I think if he had kept going, he could have jumped out there and, at least maybe got that ball and knocked it out for a throw-in or something. But, needless to say, I don't know what was going on. The boys looked tired. I don't know if it was the heat. I don't know, man. It's just a lot to unravel there. It's definitely not the game that we normally play. I know that we typically do not have possession that much. And, it's, you can tell the difference, right? In the second half when we had more possession and we seemed quicker, the game seemed faster, we seemed more in the game. I agree. I felt like they were attacking this side too, right? And they were doubling down on him for the most part. But, Orlando's a good team. They're hot right now, right? I mean, I think they're one of the hottest teams coming into the playoff in the East. I definitely did not want to play them. I would have rather played FC Cincinnati. But here we are, right? 4th and 5th, which is supposed to be pretty close to each other. I don't know. So there's a lot to be said about that too, right? I mean, watching these other games, I mean, I think we could have spanked any of those Ohio teams for sure. But again, if we came out and played like we did on, when was it, Sunday, I just don't know. I don't know. So hopefully, at the bank, we do play better. We seem to have more energy. Obviously, it helps having the fans behind them. So it looks like, if we want to win this, we have to go to 4-3 games, which I guess isn't too bad. Hopefully, Atlanta can do the same thing to Miami, which, talking about that game, I didn't think Miami looked that impressive, right? I mean, their keeper for Atlanta was just on point, right? He definitely was not wasn't letting Messi score for sure. But was it 2-1 there? So unlucky for Atlanta, but hopefully Atlanta takes care of business again at home, and we go from there. So yes, Friday night, Top Bowl's open. We should have a good crowd there. So everybody except for Pep, right? I don't think they've said too much, or I haven't seen too much on the red card, which was dumb as hell. Like, you shouldn't have even given the ref a chance to call that. Looking at the highlights, it didn't look like to me that, I'm not going to say it wasn't a red. I think it actually was a red, right? But I would say, Pep shouldn't have kicked out. I don't think the keeper was watching. I feel like somebody called it into him and he just turned around and gave the red card. I would have liked for him to at least go see the replay. But I don't know, Pep. Come on, man. This is crucial, right? This is like, we're in the playoffs. You can't do this. Yes. Right. And yes, Malanda, I just felt like the whole team struggled. Malanda definitely struggled. It was, again, that's what I think was a part of the issue with the second goal, right? I think Malanda just kind of turned off, didn't play the whistle, and Orlando kept going. and got the ball and was able to get a goal. I mean, again, if Kalina, he just shows up, that man just shows up. If he does not get goalkeeper of the year, it's going to be ridiculous. But yeah, I feel like it was just a bad game. It was, you know, so yeah, I gave you the link, Caleb. You coming through or what, man? See, so but yeah, I just think overall it was a bad game. I think we needed more possession, especially in the first half. We didn't get to put our sort of spin on it in regards to the game. What's up, Jorge? So just doing a quick look down at the game. So just talking about the first half, right? It looked slow. The team looked lethargic. We kind of let Orlando sort of push their game onto us versus us pushing it back onto them. And what do you think of the game?
First of all, you look extremely handsome with those glasses on. I just say,
man, my contacts are running out. I missed my eye doctor appointment by 24 hours. I actually showed up 24 hours late, and they told me I can't come back till December. So I'm holding on to the few contacts I have left so I can wear them on the weekends. So
okay.
Anyway, to the game.
Yeah. So I think you mentioned that they started off slow.
Yeah.
And I think it's not even just that. I think it's also, you know, one of the things that Dean Smith mentioned in the presser at halftime, he told his players, he said, you guys don't look like you're having fun.
Yeah.
Go out there and enjoy the game. So I think part of that was maybe an internal pressure that I guess these players felt, you know, to deliver in that occasion, and that messed them up internally, right? Because, you know, we looked very, very poor in that first half. I mean, Facundo Torres was running riot on that right-hand side. They were definitely targeting, you know, that Tim Ream side.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Like, to me, I wouldn't say like Reams really won me over. I mean, from what I've seen him play, at least for Charlotte, I mean, I know he's like a U.S. men's national team, happened to be the captain the other week, right? You know, he's played over in Europe, did all that. But for Charlotte, man, I don't think I mean, maybe a little bit of an upgrade, but I don't see much of an upgrade over like, you know, Jur and all them that was playing left back to begin with, right? So, you know, and I know when he was playing center back, we didn't look too good either, right? And then the Privet came in and sort of shored things up. So I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just missing something with Ream. I don't watch a lot of the U.S. men's national teams, right?
Yeah.
And
well, I think Caleb said something that was really good on our show a couple of weeks where it's, you know what, good teams get you to playoffs, but great players take you far in the playoffs, right?
Fair.
And you look at a team like Orlando who had Facundo Torres, right, in their squad. They have a guy like Enrique, you know, who missed that point blank. Thank goodness for Kalina. He needs to win goalkeeper of the year. He kept us in that game through most of that game when we didn't even deserve to be in that game. You know, I probably at half, you know, respectfully, we should have been down 2 or 3 goals.
Easy.
Right. But, you know, that's one of the things that we touched on our show. The forward options for, you know, Orlando City are just a lot. You know, if they don't start Enrique, they have Duncan McGuire, who's on the bench, who scored in the last 2 previous matches up to this one against us. They've got Nico Lodeiro, who came in late, right? Freaking MLS legend.
Yeah.
Right? They have Luis Muriel, who signed from Atalanta. Right. So, I mean, just the forward options that they have, right? I mean, unfortunately for Swiderski, this match, he was kept on an island. He really couldn't be effective. Right. And I think part of that is also, you know, the lack of Pep Biel we saw in that first half. In the moments in the second half where we looked great, it was, you know, Pep playing a dime ball into Abada, who was able to try to create something, right? So he was the one that was moving in centrally at one point to try to get us back into this game. And he had moments, but we needed more from him, right? And so I think, just like I said, overall, it just felt like the team wasn't ready to live up to the occasion of being in a playoff match.
Yeah, and I agree with that 100%, like 100%, right? The boys just look slow. I mean, to that point that you were saying about Swiderski being on an island, I mean, does this game coming up, do we keep the same sort of starting lineup minus, you know, what's going on with Pep? Or do we start Patrick?
Well, we have to change things up, right? one of the things, I mean, Dean was very upset about that red card and, really hammered that, like, there's no way that's a red card. But I think it's going to be very, very difficult for that to be overturned, right? My biggest thing is that, Pep Biel, gave the ref
So dumb.
the opportunity to give him that red card. Was it a soft red card? Yes. Can it be interpreted as a red card? Yes. And that's the big issue. So we're going to see some lineup changes up top, right? So I think we could potentially see Kerwin Vargas get thrown on that right-hand side, and then maybe Abada on the left, right? And so, yeah, I think from the get-go, I would start maybe Patrick over Swiderski for this game in particular, right?
That's
we
fair.
need a win at home. The beautiful thing about this round of 3 series is that, this whatever happened in Orlando is done, right? Like, just go win at the bank to be able to force a third game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely see some changes coming in this lineup, but it's very difficult to predict what kind of changes we can make because everybody looked poor. Like, outside of Kalina, like, Malanda didn't look like Malanda, right?
No,
I mean,
that's what I was saying about the second goal, right? I feel like Malanda didn't play the whistle. He just sort of turned off. Orlando player comes running through, gets the ball. I feel like if Malanda kept going and he could have at least knocked it out for a throw and let everybody reset, right?
I'm 50-50 on that because, there's –
Stop playing, though, man, until the whistle blows.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, that could have easily been called, right? Because
you still play, right? You still have to go through. You have to take care
and he ran back. He just didn't get there in time.
Yeah, but I feel like he would have got there in time if he hadn't he just stopped and then he realized, oh shit, the play's still going. And
I don't know. In real time at the stadium, it looked like he went for it.
What do you think, Kayla? What did you see on that?
Nah, he definitely delayed. It was a delay. He stopped the play. He stopped playing still and then reacted, and that got him late. However, it was partially his fault, but we were also chasing the game. The center backs are going to be in a vulnerable position. My question was, he was 100% at fault for that first goal. I thought Malanda had a very poor game.
Yeah,
I thought he had a very poor game.
Yeah.
But on there, Malanda went out. He was able to delay enough time. He was able to at least get some sort of pressure on the ball. My question is, when the camera angle turns to the side, where's our midfield? the only moment that our midfield enters the picture, the frame, is when the guy is shooting the shot. And then I see Urso come in, and I was like, "Hello."
Yeah. That's a good point to make because you have technically 3 runners in that midfield. And Junior Urso, Bronico, and Ashley Westwood.
Well, let me add, this leads me to one of the points I had an issue with personally was I thought Dean waited way too long for substitutes.
Yep.
I thought he waited way too long for substitutes. Both on the attacking side, I thought Swiderski had to come off earlier. I thought Abada was also gassed. The midfield was gassed. Even Bronico was not moving and making those runs that he normally does. And then it wasn't until after we conceded the subs come in. I think the idea was for them to come in the 80th minute. But in my opinion, I think they had to come in 65th to the 70th minute, around that range. And on the second goal, that's simply just not having fresh legs on the field. That's it.
The second goal, is that you said the second goal is when not having fresh legs? I still believe Malanda could have got that ball and just knocked it out, regardless of what happened.
I don't think Malanda gets there before the other player. I just think the player will have no time to turn if he doesn't delay. I think he wins that tackle. And we're fine. That's just me assuming. But I don't actually think he beats him for pace because Orlando got some fast wingers.
Yeah, that's fair. It's funny because when Abada first signed for Charlotte, I got a friend that lives over in Scotland, is a big Celtic fan, and he was like, that guy's either going to come out and ball out. He'll have like 3 or 4 really good games, and then he'll have a game where he just sort of disappears and looks like he's never played the game before. And I feel like the Orlando game was one of those sort of like he just sort of disappeared, right? Where the hell did you go? I mean, again, to me,
I actually thought Abada was one of our better attackers.
Yeah, he was.
I thought Abada was one of the only attackers creating any chances,
especially in the first half.
Especially.
Yeah, and then the second half, when Pep Biel started getting a bit more involved, That's when we saw a better version of Abada. But like Caleb mentioned, he was done for at like minute 65.
Yeah, no, and that's what I said, and we were tweeting it, right? I was like, my opinion, sub should have come in on around the 60th minute, right? Just to kind of freshen it up. Hell, we were already one down. It doesn't matter if we get beat 10-0 or 1-0, right? You come out to try and at least get the draw and that point, put yourselves into the penalties at least, right? So, but I don't know, man. It was just disappointing. They came out, and I know, Caleb, you and I were texting back and forth about possession, right, in the first half, and I just felt like Orlando was pushing their will on us. And I know we typically we only have around like 35-40% possession during the game anyway. So it wasn't too concerning at first, but it just got to the point for me where it was like, all right, we need to get on the ball. We need to stop Orlando, disrupt them a little bit, knock it around, right? Change up the game just enough so we can relieve some of that pressure that we're having at the back, right? And hopefully, go nick a goal real quick. But none of that came to fruition for sure.
Yeah, I think there's two ways you can approach Orlando game. Okay, there's two ways. The first way is you sit back and you try and get really compact. However, the problem with that is Orlando have way too much attacking talent for you to be able to do that for 90 minutes.
Yeah,
we couldn't even do it for a half.
Right.
Okay. The other approach is, okay, are we going to actually press these guys high up the field and get dusted down the byline in transition or over the top? Both have risks. Both have dangers. But in my opinion, I think that Orlando, you have to put pressure on them. You cannot let them just do their thing around the box.
Yeah,
so
right.
I much rather go out with us pushing them in the second half like we did, getting beat over the top, than us just sitting back and one of our own mistakes screws us over, right? Like I think the second half, our players were much more aggressive as she was pushing up higher to press. Yeah. I like that approach, and I don't think it was Dean's fault. I don't think that was Dean's intention. I think Dean's intention was what we looked like in the second half. I thought the boys just came out timid. I think the pressure got to them, to be fair. Yeah. I just think they came out timid.
All that, right? Heat. Go ahead, Jorge. You was going to say something.
For sure. On top of, so we looked scared. On top of Facundo Torres looked like that's what I mentioned earlier, Caleb, where you mentioned like good teams get to playoffs, but great teams make it further with great players, right? And I mean, Brian put out like a map of like of Facundo Torres' successful passes in that first half, and it was, I don't know, like 30 or 40 within the 18-yard box, or like just right outside. Yeah. Right. And so, I mean, they were attacking that right-hand side a lot with Tim Ream. Even on the left-hand side, he moved a bit. So, I mean, to me, when it comes to the approach, we look better when we don't have possession of the ball, right? And so if we're going to be – the approach for this game, I think, will be very interesting because, to me, I think Dean should go in with a similar game plan in terms of, okay, like, let's be defensively compact, and we're gonna find our opportunities, and that's when we tend to look our best because we don't have. To me, Abada is more of a Swiderski now, where he's a good DP, but he's not the main DP. And
that's
we
fair.
Don't really have like Pat Biel. This is why that stupid red card comes back, where if he can be at home, turned up, juiced up, he can really, really dictate what we can do in this game. And unfortunately, we won't have him now. So that to me changes the game plan a bit in terms of being more aggressive at home from the get-go.
Yeah, I thought the club were going to sort of like contest it.
Yeah, they did. Yesterday they did.
Fell through. They still a red?
I mean, I just don't know how long. From what I heard, it can take 2 to 3 days for them to get a response because it goes to an independent committee as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not looking. I mean, Andrew Wiebe was like, "Hey, can you play this in slow-mo? Can you play this in regular speed? Can you play this in fast?" It looks like a red. Like, it looks like a soft red. Like, I don't want to lie to people. Like, it looks like a soft, like, whether you like it or not, that's deemed a red card.
It was. I mean, you kicked out, right? And and it's in the rules of the game, right? I just think it was just dumb frustration, maybe a bit of tiredness in there. But, as a professional, you got to stay level-headed, keep shit.
Especially as a professional fighting for their job next year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's it, right? Is that Pep's last game for Charlotte? We don't know that. It might be the last time we see him.
Unless we force a game 3.
I would love to see a redemption arc. We win game 2 and Pep just has a revenge match. That third game and just pops off.
Yeah, exactly. A temper tantrum kick, man. That sums it up right there, Doc. I am with you, man. That's what it felt like. But even looking at it, right? To me, at least, it didn't look like the ref was even watching what's going on. So somebody called in his ear, right, and just said, "Hey, this dude kicked out. That's a violent play," and he just turned around and gave him a red. It would have been nice to at least see him go over and check the VAR himself, right, and make that call. But whatever.
I think the biggest problem here is don't even put yourself in a position to even push that call to get played, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just silly. Like, just don't even put yourself, especially in the playoffs, man.
Especially there was 3 minutes left in the game.
It's 3 minutes. You just have to go your age. You can go scream in your pillow on the plane back home. Like there's other way. Like, you just have to wait 2 minutes, my guy.
Especially in the moments that we looked most positive against Orlando, you were kind of the key guy trying to unlock that defense, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, to me, it's like, dang, like, okay, like we were kind of like, okay, this is a loss, whatever, back home. And now you get this really stupid red card that not only affects that match, but it affects what we're able to do, how Dean approaches this next match.
Yeah. I mean,
how should he approach it?
I don't know. I've been thinking about this back and forth, man, for a minute. And somebody mentioned Vargas seems to play better at home, right? Does he start now? I don't know, man.
I got a hot take.
You're going to put and Swiderski on at the same time.
I got a hot take. I don't know this is the best thing, but for me, it's like this is potentially your last game of the season. I think you need to have your best players, all of them on the pitch. You need to have your best goal contributors on the pitch at the same time with Pep out. And the only way you can do that is by playing both Pat and Swiderski. Swiderski has the highest goals per 90 ratio of anyone in the team right now since his return. My suggestion is, what if we play Swiderski in the same role Pep plays? So, yes, old Latanzio days of putting him on right wing and he's cutting in. However, think about it. Pep's left-footed. Swiderski's left-footed. Swiderski can make a pass. And Patrick's, guess what? He adds that ability to stretch the field. Swiderski likes to come in and drop into the midfield, right? And has that sort of freedom. Why not? Let's have our best players on the pitch. I don't think Vargas is better than Abada, Swiderski, or Pat. I just don't think so. He's been good off the bench. But for me personally, I want the 3 guys who have give us the best shot at scoring goals early, getting us an early lead, scoring multiple goals. And my suggestion, which may be a hot take, is to play Swiderski in the BL role. Which is Pat up top.
So what? Yeah. So what? Like a right wing that floats in centrally.
Yeah, it's literally what Pep does. Literally what Pep does. Right wing floats into the middle parts. Swiderski can make those. Those nice little switches that Pep was making.
That's not a bad shout, to be honest with you.
But they're both left-footed. Yeah. The whole system is designed for Pep to come into central areas. Unlike Latanzio, who had him playing high and wide, which boggled all of our minds. But Dean understands that, yes, he's starting right wing, but we're seeing the impact and ability Pep's had from that position. And I think the next best option is not Vargas. I think it's playing Swiderski in that spot and putting Pat up top.
So it's a really good hot take, to be honest with you. The more
what happens though?
Hot takes eventually become the right takes. It just takes some time.
So what happens in the 65th minute when we need to change shit up?
Well, you also had a hot take of Orlando is known to blow it. Right?
That's not a hot take. Hey, bro, to be fair, there is data and statistics to show Orlando blow in the playoffs. But guess what? We blow a lot.
Yeah. Seriously though, what happens in the 65th minute when you need to mix it up? We change it up, right? Normally we go to the bench and we bring on.
That's easy.
Go
You
ahead.
put Vargas left, and you bring Yudi, who's more of an attacking midfielder type of creator as well, and put him out right wing.
Just leave
Or
Pat in
you-
the whole game.
Or yeah, this is what you do. This is actually the best option in my opinion. You switch Yudi to left wing, let him cut on his right, and now you have your attacking midfielder cutting in, sort of attacking midfielder winger hybrid. Let Yudi play that because that's what he's actually quite good at that. And then you put Vargas at the right wing, which plays your more straight up winger role, and then you kind of just flip it. And Yudi's been good for us off the bench. That's what I would keep Pat all 90 minutes.
Yeah. No, he came on and almost scored right away. At least with his first.
I think Pat can outlast anybody on the field. The center backs are going to be tired too. Trust me. And I think so. We've seen Pat through games. Pat has only scored 1 goal in the first half all year long.
Yeah, we talked about that last time you were on.
And most of his goals have come in the second half. Most of his goals have come when he started. And it's been in the second half. Like, this is a second half player as well. I think you keep Pat the whole game, and you put Yudi in that sort of floating winger role on the left, and you put Vargas in as a true winger on the right. That's what I would do.
That's for subs, just to clear
Yes,
that up.
that's for subs.
not
Yeah,
to
for
start.
subs. That's for substitutes.
So, Jorge, what would you do?
And I honestly like Caleb's idea a lot. I mean, at first I thought he would just throw Corwin Vargas right on the right, and then that way keep Abada on the left, and then maybe have, instead of Swiderski, start Patrick Ajiman. But I really like what Caleb said, that he truly can play that role. And I mean, one of the things, Swiderski doesn't like playing wing, right? He doesn't like playing, but like you mentioned, this is a different role where, we see through the match how Pep Biel floats in centrally. And I think that could be really effective for his game. He knows how to play the 10. So it's not like it's a position that's brand new to him. And he's played it in this team as well.
He's really playing more of a second striker, what he does for Poland. That's what he's doing. He's playing as a second striker underneath Ajimang in the system. Byrne is a guy providing width on the right. He doesn't have to worry about coming out there. Byrne, guess what? Is also going to hustle back. So Swiderski won't even have too many defensive responsibilities out wide either. So
the other option could be just start him like either bench Urso or Brandt, and then start with that front three of Vargas, either Vargas, Pat, and Abada, and have Swiderski at that 10 role. But at that point, like, it's what Caleb said, like, you just kind of have to throw the kitchen sink in this game and try to win it.
Now we got nothing to fucking lose, do we? Right?
You gotta play your best goal scorers.
Yeah.
You gotta be in the field. So I hope the staff is considering this, because I think that could be successful.
So we don't know yes or no 100% yet on Pep. Is that right? Is that what you guys are saying? I haven't heard anything either way.
Yeah.
So, okay. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get some good news around lunchtime that Pep gets a free pass for his temper tantrum. But yeah,
I'm not keeping my hopes high.
Me either. I mean, again, it was a red in my opinion. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. But,
my biggest concern now, if these guys were for Dean to say that in halftime he told them, you guys just need to have fun out there, like go out, like the pressure, they felt it. Mm-hmm. And that's a concern for me at the home match now, where they even have even more pressure, because if they don't win, they're out, right? And this is the first home match. So it could go either one of two ways. They really get into this game and everybody has a phenomenal game, or it's again a game where they feel the pressure, right? In Orlando sniffs that out, right? So I mean, there is no middle ground for this team, right? It's either all in or all out, unfortunately, right? And so, go ahead, Caleb.
I'm just going to add just really quick here. I really hope it's we really embrace this, because as our first home game, we talked about this, Jorge, all of us. I think Charlotte FC have put on some great spectacles with a lot of people, but we have come up short in all of them, and a lot of them. I think about the home openers. I think about the last games of the season. I think about particular matches where we pack a house and we get a draw, a 0-0 draw, or we lose, right? This is a really big opportunity to create some momentum in attendance and new fans. A lot of new eyes are going to be on the team. I just want the team to have a respectable showing. Give the fans some goals. If we lose, go out losing 3-4, right? If we go out losing 2-3. But anyway, so I just wanted to say, like, I think this is a really big sort of point for the fandom, for the future, for season ticket holders for next year, right? I think there's a lot at stake. There's a lot of pressure.
My only concern with that, though, is that's not exemplifying a Dean Smith team. Like the first thing he's going to prioritize is having a good defense in shape and being hard to score on. And we don't have a guy now that Pep Biel is gone that can really dictate, that forward line and give those, threatening passes in that final third to provide something for Obata or Swiderski to score, right? Like Swiderski has to play that role, and he can play it, but will he? That's another big question.
Remember that at one point we had no DPs on the pitch, right?
Yeah, and we're the lowest scoring team in the league.
Yeah, but for sure. But the stakes are very high now. It's either win or go home.
Right? No, 100%. It is definitely win to go home. And to Caleb's point, right?
And we haven't beat Orlando this season in any match, so that also has to play into the psyche. We haven't won against them.
We got a red card at home last time we played them in the 30th minute.
For sure. And I mean, we were up 2-1 on them, and they were able to draw it right at the end.
Well,
right? And I mean, Facundo's 3 for 3 on us. Duncan was like,
beat teams 4 times, man.
Huh?
I said it's hard to beat teams 4 times.
4 times a charm.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, like you said, all we need is a win on Friday, right? And that gives us a lifeline for the following week. So, but yeah, no, it's good to see a lot of fans travel, man. I couldn't get down there. It was just the timing on that was bad. What's up, JT?
What's up?
Glad you could join our show, man.
Hey, you got some glasses on too, Lee. Nice.
My Halloween outfit is to dress like.
I love it. Something tells me you needed some more spirit up in here. Yeah. Look. Young guys below, no glasses. Old guys above, glasses.
I can
it happens to the best of us.
I'll be like this, man. What the hell? But anyways, yeah, no. So I don't know. It's gonna be fun. The upper deck is open, right? It's gonna, hopefully the crowd is hype.
$20 tickets.
$20 tickets up top. But I don't know. It's just that weird time again, right? The Friday games at 7:30. It's just it'll be interesting to see how everybody's mood is, right? Because with work and all that fun stuff.
Are they having a tailgate?
Yeah, I mean, Mint City's doing a tailgate. They're starting at 4:30, I think, at McNitch. I'm gonna just go to a French Quarter because time I get down there and walk. What's that?
Nothing.
That's the time I walk down to where from where we park down to the supporters lot. I'll be just turning back around anyway. So,
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, it's weird on Friday. And
for the show.
Did anyone mention that it's also the Hornets' first game home opener?
Who? That shows up and starts talking about another sport.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Hey, Jorge, let me tell you right now, man, what I'm trying to say is it's going to be really crowded down there, man. It's going to be a lot of people. It's going to be the energy. It's going to be hype. Traffic's going to be even crazier, so think about that.
God, traffic. Man.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. And traffic. Friday, Jesus. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Right, I gotta go straight from work to the game. It's about to be a minute to get to the stadium.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be able to leave until at least 5:30. Man, that's gonna be the earth seconds down there.
Oh, that sucks. I didn't even think about that, man.
Yeah,
true, man. Damn.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna go. Fuck it.
Hey, no. Orlando,
like saving
their crowd is whack.
Yeah, it's Saturday. Clocks go back Saturday. Gives us an hour to do whatever we do on Saturday nights. Extra hour.
Plus
it's a Saturday night. I'm not gonna get an extra hour of sleep on a work day.
No, you get it on the weekend. You get an extra hour on the weekend, man.
That's when I don't need it.
That's what. Sleep at lunch. Take a lunch nap.
Good. Actually, that is a very good point, Caleb. That it'd be great if they would do it on a Wednesday when you could really utilize it and you could use
Nothing's better when the time change is like on a Tuesday and you wake up and you're like, man, I feel so refreshed.
But
oh snap.
Yeah, you'd
on
be
the flip
like
side,
3 p.m. and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, I've only got 2 more hours, and then like now the clock just went back. You got 3 more. Like it'd be stupid to do it during the work.
and
No, it doesn't work that way.
but you appreciate. Good Lord. I didn't know this was a time show, not a soccer show. Or he's like, we're talking about time.
Well, you started talking about the Hornets and threw us all off.
For real,
Hey,
bro.
welcome.
You know our attention span isn't that great.
Yeah. But anyways,
All I'm saying is I got to bring something to it. I know y'all hanging out all the time, talking all the time. I see Jorge's beautiful graphics. I see what he's doing.
JT, question for you.
There's only place you're going to get any JT. I got to get some of it in. Damn.
JT, question for you. Was that a red card or not for Pat? Yeah, JT's clock was off by an hour. That's why he's late.
Yeah, it's good. No, it was off by half an hour, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
No, I guess by the rule of law, yeah, but man, if you look how that guy was dogging him and took him down like twice, and then he kind of rolled over, but I don't know. It's all about how much you expose the cleats, the actual cleats.
It should have kicked out. But yeah, you're right there to that point, right? I mean, it could have been a foul before he even had the chance to kick out, right?
Yeah, and the guy wasn't that close to him when he kicked out, but him being on his back with his cleats in the air and then doing the extended leg motion. I mean, by the letter of the law. Hey, does anyone know when we're going to know if the appeal went through or not?
Tomorrow,
just at whatever time?
I guess as good as ours, right?
But the interesting thing about the appeal is it's not MLS officials that do it. It's like some kind of third party. What is it, Caleb? Do you know who does the appeals?
It's an independent committee.
Yeah, but it's soccer people, right? I mean, they know the rules.
I don't know the name of the organization.
It's the guys who decide who wins the Ballon d'Or.
I was waiting for the joke.
Shout out to Rodri.
I would think like it'd be a joke that if it was like just three normal business dudes hanging out at a bar in New York City or whatever, and they just got to figure it out.
Yeah, maybe Tep can throw him a couple of grand and be like, "Yo, man, split this how you will." But
it's Federal Open Market Committee.
So y'all, I assume y'all have already talked all about Pep and who's going to replace Pep and how much he's going to be missed.
Yeah, bro. Where you been at?
JT's doing the recap show. Anyway, so let's talk about the other games, though, right? I mean, this is like a playoff feel, right? I feel like we talked about Charlotte. Unless anybody else has anything else.
Yeah, this is kind of annoying me because New York City gave Cincy a game. Red Bulls just went to Columbus and won.
Right? Yeah.
And I'm like, dang. We talked about wanting to avoid Orlando. Then we go on this hot streak, and we're like, we could take anybody, and we found out really, really fast.
I don't think Miami looked that impressive against Atlanta either, though. Other than
they didn't, but I think they looked more like they were off versus Atlanta actually like doing something. I mean, they were Guzan kept them in that game.
Last time they played Atlanta,
what was really impressive to me was LAFC.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a team that I have LA Galaxy going through in the West, and I think some of the teams in the West to me look more geared up than some of the teams in the East. So who knows? Maybe we'll get a champ from the West this season.
Ooh, what do you think about that, Caleb?
Say it one more time.
What do you think about that?
About what?
Oh, you want
geared up.
Somebody talk about a team from the West maybe winning it.
Winning the cup?
Yeah.
Ain't no way. That's a farmers league over there.
Farmers league, huh?
Yeah, for LAFC.
Yeah, Columbus lost tonight, man. They sure did, man. But yeah, no, seriously, I think
What do you mean Galaxy just destroyed who was it? The Colorado Rapids 5-0.
Yeah.
And your point?
They're gonna run riot and come and they could potentially.
The West is just a farmers league for LAFC to go. PSG are just the LAFC are just a PSG of the Western Conference.
Can't win shit.
And guess what? They're gonna spoil their pants if they make it to the final once again, just like PSG did. So
interesting.
Yeah,
Who do you see in the final then? Who do you guys see being in the final?
Galaxy Miami.
I'm not gonna lie, I also had Galaxy making the final.
This guy said all of this just to say
at least he's being honest.
No,
yeah, I think my exact final was Jorge. It was Galaxy Miami. It was my final.
I've put money on Charlotte to win it all.
Hold on, what was his question? Did you guys hear the chant during the Charlotte goal kicks from the Orlando fans? What chant are you talking about? No, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I don't think I heard anything about Charlotte.
But Brian's saying the chant. What'd they chant?
I don't know.
I'm not asking you, man. I'm asking Brian. Damn, man.
Anyways, but yeah, so I think it's going to be LAFC and probably Miami, right, at the end of the day. That's who I think. And then I hope LAFC win it just because Hugo Lloris. Come on.
Have y'all talked about Kalina, who you can't stand, Lee, but whatever, winning the
eating so much crow on that guy.
You're the one who keeps talking about it.
I know.
And I left it on there because I think it's funny now.
You never know when he's going to actually watch the show. Last year,
hey, whatever, man. He gets it. He knows why I left it on there. What about what you were saying?
It was.
Hey, the chances of Kalina getting goalkeeper of the year or whatever they call him in the MLS, I mean, that's pretty good, right? I mean, he's tied with your Tottenham boy, and he's above everyone else in all the other stuff besides, almost all the major metrics. What do you know about that, Jorge?
Yeah, so I think this week we'll find out. I think by the end of this week we'll find out the winner of the goalkeeper of the year.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, I mean, it's between him and Lloris. I mean, everything from stats to MLS pundits, are giving it to Kalina, but you never know. Maybe Lloris wins the popular vote.
Maybe there's some Atlanta fans on these ballots here.
For real,
how is it weighted?
Maybe it could be election interference. We won't know.
Yeah, how's it weighted? Right, Jesus. I didn't even think about that happening at the same time. How's it weighted with?
Well, listen, I had the opportunity to vote, and I put in Kalina, so hopefully that made a difference.
Yeah, but did you vote as a media person or did you vote as just a fan?
Per MLS contracts, I cannot disclose where that vote came from.
Man, shut the up, man. Take that shit. Hey, take that shit to some other show, man.
Yeah. He was talking about actually for the president debate. He went and wrote in Kalina. That's what he's talking about.
Oh, you wrote in Kalina. That's right, President Kalina.
Yes,
Kalina, we trust.
So, do you guys think we're going to win Friday?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we'll force a game 3. But I'm not as confident of us going through this series as I was going into the series.
I'm the same way. It kind of deflated me a little bit on my hype train.
Yeah. If they would have gave Orlando a really good game and lost, I'm like, you know what? On another day, we could have won. But seeing the performance, I'm not convinced that,
the first half was terrible.
That we can do something.
Was it Westwood that was interviewed that had the clip talking about that he thought they were overconfident? Like it was Westwood, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he did. He felt like the team was confident, and then they started playing that match, and you can clearly tell that they were not ready.
That confidence left real quick.
Yeah.
To me, again, it just seems like they were just tired, right? They just, like the whole, even when they did
timid. Not timid.
Yeah, it's timid. That's
not tired. Word. They were just timid.
Yeah, it's like they were afraid.
Too much respect. They show Orlando way too much respect that first half.
That's fair. But that's what I was saying again. I felt like we needed to get more possession. But anyways, we've beat that horse. So what do you think the score's going to be then, Caleb?
I think I'm gonna go. I don't think we keep a clean sheet against Orlando, so I'm gonna go 2-1 win. Same scoreline we were at with them last time at home, except we're gonna have 11 players, hopefully, to defend there at the end of the game. I think we'll get a 2-1 win at home, and I think the goals will come by way of Pat, and I think the other one will come by way of Abada.
JT, what do you think?
We're already talking about the score? Damn,
Yeah.
man. I just got on here like 15 minutes ago. Damn.
You already moved your clocks back, apparently.
Shit. Damn, man. I'm getting older. I'm getting young. I don't know what's happening, man. Like time's going both ways.
Yes.
I would say I think we're gonna win 3-1.
3-1.
I got Ajimon. Just because I gotta see it and it's gonna happen eventually. And what a beautiful time for it to happen. I got Bronico, and I got my boy Air Vargas is gonna bring it down. He scores most with his head. I got Vargas. Who did I say? And Bronico and Swiderski.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
I believe that's what you said. Jorge, what about you, man?
I think it's going to be a tight game. I think here's a hot take. I think he benches Reem and we see Garrett back in that lineup. That back four, right? To try to stay more defensively compact.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think it will be just a tight game and we'll pull off a 1-0 win.
Yeah, I'd said that before anybody joined today, I was talking about Reem needed to kind of, maybe it was time to swap it up. But I think it's going to be 1-1. Patrick gets it. We go to penalties. Kalina saves us. He gets goalkeeper of the year.
Ooh, I like that. I like the creativity in that answer.
Yeah. And Benny the Battery apparently we should know more tomorrow. So there we go.
Yeah, we should know tomorrow for sure, not more. Either yay or nay.
Oh, we'll definitely we'll know more tomorrow for sure.
Damn it, man.
It's different ways of wording it, man. Different ways of wording it. 3-0. Let's go, Shaw. Yes, Brian. I hope we go out there and spank them, but I seriously think it's going to be a 1-1, and Kalina comes up clutch and
hold on though. Didn't you use the 1-1 a lot this season? Like a good luck charm for you? Yeah. We're good with the 1-1.
Yeah. We'll
hey,
see.
Do we know anything? Because I don't know what you talked about, but I assume you didn't talk about. Do we know anything about the TIFO? What's been going on with that? We're having one.
Yeah, we're having one.
We are having one. It's going to be awesome.
So I've seen a lot of chatter, at least from the Min City guys. It sounds like they're working on one.
Cool. Here's one thing I didn't think about. Where is it? One of my boys got this at a summer camp, whatever clinic for Charlotte FC this summer. Right? It's pretty cool, man. You know, bucket hat. You love the bucket hat. Reversible everything. But then
shit. That's a purple too.
Yeah. Purple on the other side. You know, pretty dope. But here's the thing though. I'm wearing this watching the game, and I'm kind of superstitious like that. And all of a sudden I'm like, Tally, JT, what are you doing? Because I got purple going. What the am I doing wearing purple when Orlando City's dominant main key color is purple? So I was like, oh shit, you know, I won't be drinking out of this. Nothing purple kit, anything. If you got purple near you, or you just get it out for this series.
I will wear a purple kits on Friday.
You're lying.
No, I'm just messing with you. We better not.
You're messing.
Yeah, see, Dave's chiming in too. Yes, on the TIFO. So yes.
Cool.
So that'd be cool. But yeah, man. Hopefully it's packed out, man. I want to see the bottom bowl just elbow to elbow. I want to feel the hype in the supporter section, getting everybody going. I want the people up top just yelling and screaming, and you know, that's as far as I'll go with that. But yeah, I just want to see. I want to see, because I believe, wasn't it one year somebody felt, not when in a soccer game, but I think at a Panther game, like somebody fell down into, I'd have to look it up. I believe that.
Man, that ain't right, man. No one fell off nothing, man.
No, I'm not. I think somebody did. But anyways, so I just want it to be just like super exciting. I want to feel the buzz. I just want all the sort of, you know, like the first game of the season again, right? It's that first home.
That's right.
playoff game.
Hey, Lee wants someone on top screaming. He wants to feel the buzz. Yes, Lee. Yes. Yes. I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
Let's go.
We all go out after, have a couple of drinks, and just celebrate it. And
Yeah, right. I didn't think about that. Yeah, for sure.
For the weekend, man.
Hey, I just want, and help me out on this, Caleb or Jorge. I want old Tory not to score on us. Hasn't he scored like 4 every time he's played us? He's like our bugaboo, no matter what. And like the way Malanda just perfectly hitted that ball right to his feet, right in the perfect position. It's like, Jesus Christ, get this guy away from us, man.
Yeah, he's scary. He's my Halloween scare. My Halloween ghost who chases me everywhere.
Yeah, man. My
it's
mom's
Facundo Torres.
That's a fact. You wasn't in the discussion on the second goal, JT. Tell us what you thought about that.
Which one was that?
The second goal.
Well, which help me remember it.
They ran down on the left, and Malanda thought the dude was offside, and then they just whacked it right.
Oh, right. Well, number one, they kept leaving the left open. It seemed like the left was just wide open to just you're gonna make a run. And going back to what they said, y'all talked about earlier about being timid. Oh, and that's the thing too. The Orlando scene, I could barely even hear their supporter section.
Yeah, that stadium was pretty empty. Like I was
you can look around and see plenty of purple seats that were empty. You know, I guess everyone was over at Walt Disney World, or they just really don't give a shit, or they're probably working at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, for a playoff game, I thought it would be like sold out. You know, especially because it's a soccer-specific stadium.
Yes,
you could tell. I mean, like being there, it felt like 2014, 2015 MLS kind of.
Yes,
you know, that stadium, right? And it was kind of one of the first built.
But I don't know. I think Apple.
And here's a little not a hot take, but when you get, it's in a very rough part of Orlando.
Oh, nice. No, that's what I want to know. There,
you got people trying to sell. They're like $20 to park here, but it's their house. I'm like, 1, you look sketched, and 2, I'm not about to leave my car with stuff in your parking lot in your house. Like, I'm like, yo, come in here.
That might be the place you want to leave. You pay the $20, you know he's gonna look after you, man.
When you saw how rough those neighborhoods were, I don't think you would have left your car there, Jay.
Hey, man, just wear them mouse ears. You be all right in Orlando.
Jorge's got used to how clean and pristine Charlotte is, huh?
I know, right?
100%.
That's right.
I mean, Orlando's a nice city. Just right where that stadium was, I was a little iffy, you know. And it was pretty cool because we got a chance to go to this McDonald's that had like spaghetti. It had like pizza.
Quarter pounders, right? So they went.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that vlog.
Yeah.
We'll be coming out shortly.
Caleb looks like he's about to pass out on us.
got that light from his computer screen going too. He looks so pale.
Yeah. But anyways, so I don't know, man.
Hold on. I just want to, Jorge, instead of saying sketchy, let's for now on, let's say things are iffy. Man, that place looks straight iffy, man.
You know what wasn't iffy? Freaking Barcelona destroying Real Madrid 4-0.
Anyways. So a lot of people were frustrated with Reem, man. I'm telling you, I think, you know, your hot take earlier, Jorge, about him maybe being on the bench, I don't think that's too far off, personally.
Yeah, imagine that. You know,
so
imagine both of those things happen. He drops Reem. We see Arona back in. We see Swiderski start from the right-hand side. Right? If that happens, you know Dean Smith watching this episode.
100%. Love you, Dino. Love you, Dino. But yeah.
Blood sausage.
Yeah, blood sausage. Any questions out there, y'all drop them in the chat. We'll try to answer them or talk about them. But, yeah. You know what? Go ahead.
I don't know if I was dreaming or not. I know it's Halloween and everything, and he's definitely a friend of ours and a friend of the show. But did I see some video out there on social media where Chico was dressed as a woman?
That was his
wife. His wife dressed up as in his outfit.
Yeah.
Okay, that was real because I think I saw it late at night when I was like half asleep scrolling through stuff, and I was like,
He's
oh,
like,
damn it. Hey, Chico, man.
he's like, am I still asleep?
Hey, man. Hey, I've been married for a long time. I'm sure you've been married for. Hey, yeah, that's fun, man. You do what you do. You do what you do.
JT slid into Chico's DMs.
Oh, it's getting scary
I'm
on this show right now.
I'm giving a thumbs up, Chico.
Latanzio is in the Chinese league now. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, he signed for a team that's under the Citigroup, I think.
Yeah. Yes, and we need Bitch back. Yeah.
No, we don't.
What's up with him? Where's he at?
I mean, what do you think Petkovic can bring to this team that the current midfield trio is not providing?
That's a question to you, Zach, since you posted it. Go ahead and answer Jorge's question. But yeah, no, I don't know. JT, you got a list of numbers or something while we wait for the answer to that?
Hey, man, you got a list of numbers? Hey, let's go with 35. Let's think. I did that one. Left side, giving it too easy. Have we? We've been. I don't want to say it now. End of the show, man. I want to keep it positive, but we've been beaten 4 in a row by Orlando. I mean, I know we beat them earlier. My question to y'all was like, what were you the happiest about? Like, you're like, hey, that's looking real good. And in contrast, what you're like, man, that looks the worst.
For this match in particular?
Oh, no, from the past game, as in like, or maybe let me rephrase it. What needs the most improving and what doesn't need to be messed with at all for this next game?
Intensity.
I just intensity. I thought our tactics were fine. Our tactics were the exact same in the second half. Just the level of intensity and confidence, and taking the game on grasping the game, getting on the front foot. That's the only difference. That's it. Grabbing it by like a harness, like that's it.
Yeah, because we were sloppy in passing too in that first half as well.
We looked terrible the first half. It was like, what the hell? But anyways, yeah. But I'd say intensity would be the word there, JT, that we're going in on.
Yeah, well, what were you the happiest about, or think that doesn't need whatever look the best? I hope it goes the same way this next game.
I hope Kalina continues making those saves.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say whether the outfield players are playing well or not well, like Kalina has just been a rock, right? So whether if we're losing 1-0, he's gonna keep us in that game.
Yes.
And that's very important, especially in playoffs. Like you need a quality goalkeeper.
Yes. Kalina is Charlotte. I'm going to start calling him Charlotte from now on.
Kalina is Charlotte.
Inshallah.
Charlotte. Anyways.
It's getting so late. We're speaking different languages.
We're kind of Croatian. All right, fellas. Yes, it is getting late. It's 10 o'clock. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Jorge, where can people find you?
You can find me at Topbin90 on all of our socials. We have a podcast that will be filming Halloween night, so we're all gonna dress up as Facundo Torres because we'll look scary.
Caleb, where can people find you at?
Hold on. I'm sorry, Caleb.
Hold on, I gotta ask Caleb a question.
Go now.
You have AKA Regal under your name.
Yes.
Does that mean that we could see maybe something coming up in the future? What's going on?
I told you I'm talking with potential investors and stuff. We'll see if they're gonna acquire the name. We'll see.
Oh snap! Okay.
But acquiring the name, does that mean they acquire you?
Not necessarily.
Can't talk about it. So
it's in legal discussions. The lawyers are discussing it. That's all I can say. I'm not trying to get in trouble.
All right, Dean Smith.
Yeah, right. Really, you can only find Caleb. Caleb,
I don't want no superstition. Y'all real ones. Whoever knows where that's from, get the reference. You're real ones.
He doesn't want to speculate. All right,
speculate. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't want no speculation.
Superstition.
Yeah, we all know about the speculation. We got really drunk playing that game. Shit.
All I gotta say is the only manager to ever win in Orlando was Christian Latanzio.
Bring him back. So, oh yeah. With that being said, though, we're also looking like we're going to lose our assistant coach, right?
Pa?
Yeah. It looks like he's on his way out.
Yeah, heading to the USL. Right? I mean, obviously, I think Pa interviewed for a couple of jobs last year. I think also, don't quote me on this, but he was looking to at least interview for that Charlotte FC job, or had conversations about it once Latanzio left, right? But I mean, he's a coach that wanted to. I mean, he's done his due diligence in the assistant role, and it's time for him to take that next step. Honestly, it was imminent, right? And so good for him. I mean, great guy. Every player that I talked to about Pa, they have nothing but great things to say about it. The guy speaks like 6 languages, so that's very beneficial as well.
Yeah. So there was this article about him. This come from Topbin 90. He was winning the Charlotte FC gig. So quote that real quick. And for everything else, I would just say you can find us at COTFC Fan TV on all the socials. We'll be out there Friday. First playoff home game ever in club history. So come make sure you let us interview after game, regardless of the result. 1-1 us. Kalina saves us, man. Last penalty. It's going to be a badass night, man. See you there Friday. Peace.